Acute horrorism. How do you respond to that?
Well, I reject that outright. For the last 2.5 years, we've had Brian Cowan and Brian Lenihan and the government take all the right actions in regard to the banking crisis that we have.
They said it is not cost true. $4.5 billion. It cost $34 billion.
Yes, because of the...
That was the wrong action.
No, it wasn't.
It was an eighth of what it cost.
At the outset, the projected figure for Anglo was $4.5 billion. What Anglo were telling the government clearly wasn't true. But when it came down to NAMA going in to look at the Anglo loans, to valuing them properly, we have up to a 70% write-down in respect of Anglo. That's the reason why there's so much money needed. And it's not correct for John to say that, we have now people coming in to run our business. We don't have people coming in to run our business. We're perfectly capable of running our business, and the government have taken all the right actions in regard to the banking crisis up to now. And the result is that
Then what are they doing? Why are they coming here tomorrow?
They're coming here tomorrow because clearly the market situation with regard to the euro, which is a much wider issue than Ireland, has continued to be difficult, and Ireland has been the focus.
But they're not going to the other euro countries. They're coming to Dublin.
Well, who knows that they're not going to the other euro countries? It's my view, and it's one held by a number of economists, that the situation in Portugal is much worse than Ireland, and indeed in Spain also, because they haven't taken the hard decisions that we've taken.
And the Portuguese finance minister said on Monday that he may need a bailout. Irish ministers said on Sunday that this was a fiction. What happened on Wednesday? They said it was a fiction.
Our sovereign debt is in good situation. The 4-year plan and the budget will put right the difficulties that we have at the moment. We have a problem in our banking situation, and we are going to put that right.
Okay, Brian Hayes.
It's very difficult to listen to Frank right now because it's a pile of shit, Frank. And you don't believe it. And you're
we usually call it bullshit on this programme, not the original.
You don't believe it, Frank. And you've been spinning this line for the last number of years, and now the European Commission don't believe the government, anything they say. And you come on this programme this morning, and you continue with this Fianna Fáil spin. The real problem is this. No one believes the Irish government, because joined at the hip of our sovereign debt is the banking debts since the guarantee was put into operation in 2008. There is virtually no...
did vote for the guarantee.
Yeah, because we were misled in the Dáil. We were lied to in the Dáil. And I go back to that Dáil debate. We were told by the government, by Mr. Lenihan, that the issue was one of liquidity. We were told at the time that if we supported this guarantee, this would unleash a wall of money to Irish businesses to keep them in place. We were misled. And the reality is this, the issue was never one of liquidity, it was one of solvency. The banks were broken from the start, and by underwriting, and particularly one bank has brought down this country, and it's the Anglo-Irish Bank, your bank, Frank, your friends in Fianna Fáil's bank, the bank that Fianna Fáil built. That is the bank that has bankrupted this country. And the idea now that you're trying to spin it into some EU issue is just the latest insult to the Irish people have to listen to. Last Saturday, when Reuters and BBC were running this story about the involvement of the Irish government in talks with the Commission, the ECB and others, at that stage they hadn't even the intelligence to tell the people the truth, that discussions were ongoing. And this comes essentially from one fundamental problem. The same bunch of middle-aged men in charge of this country for the past 14 or 15 years who really have led us into the nose by soft option politics by your former mate and friend, Mr. Bertie Ahern, and his incompetent Minister for Finance, now the Taoiseach. You have led us into the mire. And how can we accept anything you tell us right now?
Well, let's go to another middle-aged man.